In this video, I wanted to talk about what I consider a fairly underutilized utility in Unity's hierarchy window, and that's the scene visibility tool. First, I want to show you what it does, and then I'm going to give you a quick intro to adding it into your toolset and a useful example. So, remember to hit the YouTube appreciation buttons if you're enjoying the content I'm putting out, and let's get started. So let's start with the scene visibility tool itself. You might have accidentally hit this at some point and wondered what the hell is happening to your scene, and you'll see why in a moment. Now here, as we come into our scene view and start playing with our scene, you can see what this does. What it actually does is hides elements of our scene so that we can get better visibility on the things we actually want to work on. Oh, and by the way, if you like this amazing scene by ArcViz Pro, the link will be in the description, so go pick it up from the asset store. In fact, I think it was on sale at the point I made this video. So let's get back to it. So why would you use this tool? So let's say we're working on a particular area of the scene, maybe the courtyard here, for instance. If I don't have the picking or visibility turned off, when I go to pick something, say for instance this strut or whatever you want to call it on the building itself, when I go to pick it, you'll notice, I've picked the actual tree. And even though the tree is of low visibility because the leaves aren't there or anything, these polys actually stick out. So I would pick them instead of picking this. So what you could actually do is you could turn off the picker. And as you can see there, what that does is it enables all of these items under here to not be picked. So now if I go to pick, I'm actually picking items in the scene behind that. And you can see they're all under the actual 3D house elements. Now, not just picking, if I actually want to have better visibility on my courtyard because I'm working on something, I could turn off the picking and turn on the visibility, or have them both off. So now, none of the nature elements in this scene are actually turned on. I've turned them all off, and I get that better visibility going forwards. So, what can we do with this in terms of our own tools? Because you have access to this scene visibility tool through the API. Well, let's look at the scenario where I have a menu, and I'll go into the 2D view and I'll focus on the menu here. So I have my menu that I'm working on that will run my game and enable me to play, start the next level, finish, etc. If I'm working on this, a lot of people, what they would have done previously is say, I wanted to work on the root menu. They would have come in, selected all these items and deactivated them. Now what this does is this actually marks the scene as dirty, which doesn't make sense because if we then save this scene, let's say I save now, if I was to go and play, then when I press the start button or the options button, I might wonder, well, why doesn't my options menu come up now that I've pressed that? And it's because I've marked these as dirty. And that really doesn't make sense from a tool standpoint or a workflow standpoint. What I would actually want to do is I would want to come in here and take all these and mark these as non-visible and then work on my scene. And I could do that quite easily by pressing on my menu and then pressing on the root. So doing 2 clicks to basically have this up so I can work on it and not work on the other items in my menu list. But what we're going to do is create a little tool that has our custom editor here for our menu page and enables us to press an edit button or a stop button to actually control the visibility items on here without us having to come in and do multiple presses or press on, press off, etc. So let's get to that. First thing we'll do is we'll create a folder and we'll call it editor because it's an editor script. And we're going to be doing a menu page editor for our menu page. And that's down in here in our components list. So we'll create a C# script. We'll call this menu page editor. And then we'll open this up in C#. Here we go. Now, this isn't a mono behavior, so we can get rid of all this. And we're going to be using items from the Unity editor library because this will be an editor. And if you've seen my tools before, you know we have to just pop in here, custom editor, type of menu page. There we are. Okay, cool. So Now what we're going to do is we're going to override our inspector to enable us to add these buttons. So press override, we'll select on inspector GUI, and we're going to put our buttons at the very top of our element. And this is what I like to call the sort of quick command buttons. I often put tools at the bottom of my inspectors, but the ones that I want to do quickly that aren't intentionally affecting the data that's actually visible on those items, I tend to stick those up the top and call them the quick command buttons. So firstly, if you know me, you know I like to put some space at the top of my editor. And the next thing I like to do is pop in, when we're doing something like this, a little bit of layout. So we're going to begin a horizontal layout, and we'll be wanting to end that horizontal layout as well. GUI layout, end horizontal. And after we finish this, we're going to want to put in a little bit of space between this and the items below. There we go. Now, the two buttons we're going to add are going to be edit and stop. And I kind of want to put these in the middle. I want to have these situated centrally. So to do that, we can put in some flexible space at the beginning and at the end. And what this does is it just says, okay, within this screen width, this window width will actually give you the flexible space at the front and the equal amount of flexible space at the back, therefore putting the items in the middle. So the first item we're going to have is we're going to have a button, and we're just going to call this edit. And we don't want this to be too big a button, so we'll just come into here and we'll go GUI layout, width, and let's say 70. That will do for that button. Oh, and don't forget all the brackets. And the other button we're going to have in is going to be a stop button. There we go. So now if we look at our Unity and I select one of the pages, as you can see here, we have our edit and stop button at the top. Excellent. Right, well, let's jump back in and put in the functionality we're actually interested in. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the Scene Visibility Manager to do the hiding. So we'll need to get a reference to the menu page we're actually with. So we can just do target as menu page. Excellent. And what we're actually going to do is we're going to take the very top item. So in Unity, what I actually have is I have a menu manager that's actually assigned at the very top. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to make that invisible and then make the page visible, rather than finding all the menu pages and actually changing those individually. Now you could do that if you don't have a menu manager, or you're doing something different, like you're trying to find all the items and just show one particular one of those items, because this doesn't just relate to actual menu pages. This could be used for, say you're doing foliage and you're like, actually, I only want to show this particular foliage I have selected. Then you could select all the other foliage in your tool and choose to have them deselected, made invisible by the Scene Visibility Manager. But here we're going to grab the menu manager in our scene, which is at the top of all these menu pages, and make that invisible. So if we have a menu manager, because we want to check that, we want to use the Scene Visibility Manager, and this is the class we're actually interested in. And because this is a singleton scriptable object, and if you want to learn more about those, I'll leave a link in the description. We actually get the instance of that Scene Visibility Manager, and then we can use the functionality we're actually interested in. And in this case, we're going to do hide, and we're going to do the game object, and we're also going to say yes, make all these descendants actually be hidden. And we're going to do the same thing again, but this time we're going to use show. And as you can see here from the drop down, we have a lot of other items we can actually do. We can enable and disable the picking, as you saw from me using the tool earlier. If you wanted to do that automatically, you could do those items here. You can also hide all. So maybe you wanted to hide everything in your scene and just show the thing that you're actually interested in. Well, you could use that hide all function. But here, we're going to use show. And we're interested in our menu page. And again, you have to provide the game object. And yes, we want to make sure that everything under that game object is shown. Now, obviously, we want to have the ability to stop doing this. And you could, again, use the actual tool itself on the side of the hierarchy viewer. But if you're in the inspector, it's good to have a nice little tool there. So we copy and paste down here, and we're going to do the inverse. But we don't need to actually hide the actual page. We just need to show the menu manager page and all of its descendants. So let's press save and come back into Unity. Here we are. We'll go to the page we're actually interested in this case the root. And now when I press edit, all the other pages get made invisible by the scene visibility manager, and I'm ready to start working on the items I'm actually interested in. Maybe the start button, for instance. Maybe I want to change it or change the animator. And when I'm done, I can press stop. And as I said before, if you're actually in here, you could just press the menu button to stop it all as well. Let's say I'm right down the list. I could just come up and press that. So this makes it very easy to just switch between the actual items I'm interested in. As soon as I'm working on a page, I can say, right, okay, I just want to work on that page and press this scene visibility tool. But here, as I said, this is just for the menu manager that I'm using here. You could use this for foliage, for all sorts of things. Maybe you've got a ton of paths in your scene that you use for your AI, and you're like, actually, I just want to show the path that I'm actually interested in working on. You could have this work automatically, that when you select that path, all the other paths get hidden and you're only working on that item. And again, you could do that with foliage or anything else. So that's it for this quick roundup. As usual, if you liked what you saw, hit the like button. If you haven't yet subscribed, consider subscribing. And if you're really enjoying the content I'm putting out, consider supporting the channel by using the Ko-Fi link in the description. And as always, thanks for watching.